Hey guys, Cole Harris here, Major League Fishing Tackle Warehouse Pro. We just got back from Rayburn, Texas for the first stop of the year, which was also my very first tournament as a rookie on tour. Yes, Daddy's making a video. Yeah. It was a tough tournament, I'm not gonna lie. We struggled a little bit, as I think a whole crew, and especially me. Day one practice, we got about 300 feet of rain and it was freezing cold. And then day two, the fish catching was just not, what I thought Rayburn was going to be. And it was just not fishing right. Got very few bites in practice. So going into day one, I was a little worried. But day one, I got plenty of bites. They just weren't quite long enough. You can go back to my part 1 and part 2 videos on YouTube, and you can see that I did decent. I caught them, but I only ended up with 2 keepers. So going into day 2, we had a wind delay, and as much as it stunk that we couldn't go out and fish, and had to go out the following day with all the other tournaments going on, it gave me a day to kind of calm down, because day one I was a little bit of a nervous wreck, being my first tournament. But had some time to think about what I wanted to do to switch things up, because I knew I had to go out there and catch them. And I went out day 2 and I smashed them. I really did. I lost 2 key fish, one in the 4-pound range and one probably bigger than 3 pounds, and that would have really helped me out. But like I said, go back and check them out on my YouTube channel, TheChamplainKid, and I credit all my fish catching to the Favorite Rods Pro Series medium 6/8 rod. I call this their jerkbait rod. They don't really have one allocated to jerkbait fishing, but I've tested them out and I feel like this is probably the best bet for jerkbaiting. I love throwing this rod. This has a moderate fast action tip. It's got plenty of bend, perfect for some good hookups. You'll see that in the video, I do lose those 2 key fish, and that's mainly because I was all jacked up because they were good ones, and I was just horsing them too much and they came off. I have this Pro Series rod paired up with 12-pound fluoro, and that's on an 811 Soleus favorite reel. I paired it with this reel because it was cold, and I mean, it was really cold. My hands were frozen solid, and I can't fish with gloves on. So in between, using the jerk bait, in between jerks, I would just barely hit the handle of this reel, and it really saved my hands. So with that being said, I threw the absolute snot out of the Hank Cherry Stunna 112. And if you're not throwing this and you use a jerk bait, or you're going to use a jerk bait, then you're using the wrong jerk bait. And I really mean that. That's not a sponsorship plug. They don't sponsor me, but Hank Cherry is the jerk bait king, and I mean, the guy can design a jerk bait. I threw the Stealth Shad color, and I used that when the conditions were cloudy or dark early in the morning. They just seemed to like that color the best. And then once the sun came up, I threw this 112 plus 1 Blaze. This color is absolute fire, and that's no pun intended. It's pretty awesome. And while I have this in my hand, this lure lock box, man, I can't speak enough about it. Sounds silly because I know it's just a tackle box, but let me tell you what, look at that. They stay hung up in there, real nice and sticky. Everything stays organized. It's perfect for when it's rough out, when you're going fast on the water, even driving down the road. I mean, you guys know how bad the roads are. But love the boxes, love the Stunnas. Great job, Hank Cherry. And stay tuned for some more videos. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Thanks for following along. See you soon.